Here at La Mesita in Mesa, this is one of 16 units that had been used as part of an emergency shelter. But now with this transition, all 16 of these spaces will be transformed into long-term affordable housing.
Arik and Chastity playing at the place they call home. Just 6 years ago, these kids and their mom were homeless.
You feel like a failure a lot of the times, but it's definitely a terrifying thing not to know if you're going to have a stable roof over their head.
Then the single mom connected with a new leaf, first staying in La Mesita Emergency Family Shelter, then moving into the nonprofit's long-term housing.
The resources that they provided me have helped me tremendously.
Now, a new leaf is ending that emergency shelter service. Last year, it served nearly 200 people, more than half of those kids. But they say they can no longer sustain the shelter due to a lack of funding.
So unfortunately, we've had to make a really tough decision to transition the shelter to affordable housing.
As families transition out of the shelter, these units will be turned into affordable housing. The goal to still address homelessness.
They don't pay more rent than they're able to afford, and we have all the wraparound support services here on the campus.
One ABC 15 viewer reached out, concerned about the closure in light of the CEO's income. He makes around $289,000 according to 2023 tax documents.
In light of that salary, could the budget be looked at and things moved around to keep an emergency shelter open?
Nonprofits have to run like a business to be sustainable. Our CEO has been with an agency for an incredible almost 50 years. He has been the backbone, along with the rest of our leadership team, to sustaining this organization.
A New Leaf conducted a study to set the CEO's salary. When we looked at tax records for similarly sized nonprofits, we found his salary is in line with others. Laura Bodie says with the $40 million operating budget, the heart of the issue is federal funding cuts. This put another emergency shelter in Surprise at risk, she says, until the city just stepped in to save it.
So a New Leaf is strategizing in so many different ways of different scenarios. If funding's cut here, if funding's cut here, where do we pool our resources, keep the most critically needed community services sustained, and how can the community help support those?
The money to run La Mesita will be funneled to other programs. Still, Bodie says it's a loss for vulnerable families.
Unfortunately, there's a wait list for shelter, and that can be really hard going into the summer months.
In Mesa, Jane Caffrey, ABC 15, Arizona.